Hello YouTube and welcome to another review, and this time we have an AIRFIX Japanese Infantry 132 scale unboxing. I date this set between 1987 and 1990. I'm not sure exactly what year this was produced. It is a boxed, unopened 1987 to 1990 vintage though. It contains 14 pieces and like I said, it's 132 scale. Box art on the front looks pretty happening. We've got an officer there with a samurai sword, another guy there with what appears to be the light machine gun that the Japanese used. I think it's a Type 11 light machine gun, which was basically probably produced around about 1922, so it's a fairly old light machine gun. And we have an infantryman and some others just scattered above at the front. So all in all, the artwork's not too bad. And we've got a nice clear plastic panel so you can have a look inside. The plastic does appear to be dark plastic, which is a bit of a shame. I was expecting these to be the original tan colour. Reverse of the box, and here we can see some other instructions as well as a little paint guide there, but it's not showing you what types of Humbrol paints to use. It's just a pretty simple picture of a Japanese soldier. However, it's not too bad. It will do. By the looks of it, the Japanese aren't carrying much equipment, just by judging from this picture here. And yeah, the box is dated 1986, so we know we're going to be upwards of that for when this kit was produced. It's been around for a long time, longer than that, probably 1970s I'd say. So let's have a look and see what's inside. So here we have our first figure. And he's wearing the Japanese infantryman's wool cap. He's carrying a Arisaka T-38 rifle by all accounts, which was quite a long rifle. The bayonet also was about 40 centimeters, about 400 millimeters in length. It was quite long, so this looks fairly accurate. Yeah, you can see the sheath of the bayonet there, so it is quite a long bayonet, so that seems to fit, so it's fairly accurate there. And we have his bread bag hanging on the left. It's sometimes used to store grenades as well. And the special type Japanese leggings. Standard Japanese boots. He's not wearing the split-toed boots or the jikatabi boots, which were used, I think, in only one campaign. I think it was the Milne Bay attack. The raiders actually used the split-toe boots on those, but those are just standard Japanese infantry boots. And he's charging, and it looks pretty good pose to me. Plenty of action in there, very good. Reverse of the figure, and there he is with his Japanese canteen. And still plenty of detail on that. Looks pretty good. No problems there. I just wish it was a little bit of a lighter colour. So here's our chap standing firing, and this could be the 99 rifle, which is more of the Type 99, which is more of a carbine, so it does look a little bit short, so it is possible. But still, it hasn't got the underneath sort of magazine type for that, so I'm not so sure. It's just got a single bolt. It could just be a generic rifle, but I would more say it would have to be the T-38, so we'll run with that. He's got his weapons pouches there for the T-38 clips, and it is a clip-fed rifle as far as I'm aware. And those clips also fit in the Type 11 machine gun, so that would take a full stack of clips, whereas obviously the rifle can only take one clip. So yeah, that's a good pose. Turn them round, and there's the long bayonet. You can just see that there, plus the canteen and the bread bag. It's a nice figure, just how I remember it. And here's our man with no base, which people always complain about, but he does stand fairly well, so I've got no real issues with this guy. He does stand fairly well, and as you can see, the long bayonet, the bread bag and the ammunition pouches and you can always see the badge on the top of the wool cap, so that's pretty good as well. Nice figure. Reverse, similar fare. Slight injector pin mark on the back, but nothing serious. It's a good quality figure. I think everyone remembers this guy. It's our guy with a Type 89 knee mortar or grenade launcher. It wasn't quite a mortar, it was a cross between the two. And there you can see he's getting the grenades out of his bag. And like I say, I think these bread bags have dual purpose. You can put grenades and things like that in them. But normally they would get a special extra bag for those. And that's quite an accurate model. Again, good detail on the hat. You can just see his badge there, and he's got his rifle with him, so that's good. Turn him round and he even looks good on the back. So yeah, it's a nice figure. Now it's always nice to get figures like this. So this guy's obviously marching along, or possibly guarding a prisoner, or just on patrol, but certainly taking it slightly easy. He's a good figure and was quite popular in the set, almost like his Australian counterpart. Nice figure. And that's him from the back. Base seems to be a little bit mutilated on the back, but yeah, it's a nice figure. And here's our officer. And he's got a binocular case on the front by the looks of it. Canteen, he's got a samurai sword out. Very much like the Australian officer. Riding pants, just like Japanese officers had. Reverse, doesn't give a lot away. He's got no pistol for some reason. And that pistol would probably more than likely be the Type 14. I would imagine, but nobody seems to have any Type 97 hand grenades or helmets. Now here's our guy with the Japanese Type 11 light machine gun, and like I say, this has been in production since 1922 at the time, and obviously it finished up to 1945. It's clip fed, so the clips you would use for the rifle, which would be the T-38 say for sure, you would just pop into the magazine fed lumpy part. See this section here, you would put the clips into there, and you could put multiple clips in there, and that would just give suppressant fire. It is a light machine gun. Now this figure often turns up in Africa core sets. If you go on eBay and you're trying to buy some loose figures or whatever, or maybe some old figures, people mix these up. He's not Africa core, he is Japanese army, so just keep a watch out for that. It does happen. But yes, he's not a bad figure. So the machine gun is fairly accurate. You can't see his face much, but I'll spin him around and have a look. And I'm leaving that little nodule of extra plastic on just so you can see him better. But yeah, you can just see his face there, and there's his bayonet. Flip him over and still got detail underneath, so that's great. Nice figure. So that's the set there. Obviously there's more figures there. I'll tell you how many I got with this set, but it will differ with all the sets you get. I don't think you get the exact same set each time. You may get multiples of one particular type and less or none of one other. So I'll tell you what I got with my set. I got 2 of the mortar guys. I got 3 of the kneeling down shooters. I got 2 of the light machine gun lying down. And I got 3 of the standing firing. And I got 2 of the charging. And I got 1 officer. And 1 standing marching. So like I say, I can't guarantee that each set is like that, but that's what I got. So what we'll do, we shall revert to the turntable and play some music. Okay, thank you for watching.